Microsoft has yet again turned a negative into a positive, and this is exactly the type of thing I'm talking about when it comes to, reacting to what fans are asking for and making sure that gamers have, their needs met. This is super important. I feel like, Microsoft at the end of the day, they don't always, I don't want to say they don't always do the right thing, but sometimes they have to be steered to do the right thing, and things aren't always as cut and dry as maybe some people would have you believe. And this was something that I talked about yesterday. Now, nobody will ever admit that I was right about something, right? I was right about this. I was right about a lot of different things over the years. Not to say that I'm never wrong, because clearly I've been wrong a number of times as well. But one of the things that I find to be very interesting is the fact that, I'm often right about things, and I never get that sort of, congratulations, or, people look at me and go, oh, he was right. He was right about that, or whatever. People honestly don't do that, and it's super unfortunate. I really wish that they would, because, at the end of the day, I'm trying my best when it comes to this stuff. And even though I feel like fans don't often look at me as one of those people that's right about a lot of things, I can be right about things, and I can be right about some things. Would like to see that. But I want to get into this. You guys are going to like this video. What's up, everybody? I'm The Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews, back with yet another video. Thank you very much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please slap that like button. Give me a good thumbing. I'm looking forward to getting, a thumbing. I like those. I like to get thumbed a lot. What can I say? It's my thing. With that being said, I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of the videos that I do. Would be tremendous. It's a very small goal, but it's still a goal that I have for myself, and it's something that I would like to kind of accomplish. So with that being said, thank you guys if you do like the video, and if you stop by regularly, that's also much appreciated. So yeah, appreciate that. With that being said, I want to get into this because this was something that I found was very interesting. So, faux outrage. It's something that happens all the time when it comes to Xbox, right? And mostly it's PlayStation fanboys that do that. Yeah, like the PlayStation. Oh my gosh, can you believe Microsoft did this? Oh, who cares that Sony hasn't had a first-party showcase in 2 years, and literally don't give a crap about announcing anything good. They throw their PSVR 2 out there to the wolves to die. No backwards compatibility, raise prices of console, raise prices of the games. Basically, they are the epitome of anti-consumer. Now, when it comes to some of this other stuff, I find it to be very interesting, but Microsoft always doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Now, it came out that a first-party game, Quantum Break, was leaving Game Pass. Now, that's interesting, right? Because first-party games aren't supposed to leave Game Pass per Microsoft. Now, right away, I knew, because I played the game, and it's a good game. Not a great game, but it's a good game, and there's music in that game, a lot of licensed music. So I thought, well, what makes sense is, and again, you don't have to be an insider to know this stuff. Use common sense, folks. It's all it takes, honestly. Back in 2018, when I said, these new studios that Microsoft has, they're not going to really come out with games till 2023, and maybe even beyond that. Just from looking at what they have in the pipeline, they still have multiplats to release. They still have, this to release, that to release, and it's one of those things that kind of happens like that. So we'll see. But when it comes to this, I knew that it was a licensing issue. They've confirmed it, but they're also already working on it. So this is pretty interesting. So there may be a silver lining to Microsoft's recent confirmation that Quantum Break will be leaving Xbox Game Pass sometime in April. Now, every month games are both removed from and added to the subscription service, with 8 games leaving in April. These include Rainbow Six Extraction, Life is Strange True Colors, The Long Dark, which recently got a performance update for Series X and S, and has been available to subscribers since 2020. Along with those notable titles came the discovery that Xbox exclusive Quantum Break will be removed from Game Pass in April as well. This was an unexpected and not entirely welcome surprise for many fans of the game, primarily because Quantum Break was published by Microsoft, and it's actually an IP owned by Microsoft, so its removal from the service was a bit odd. Some people even thought it was perhaps an April Fool's joke. But the Gaming Giant recently clarified that the reasoning behind the upcoming disappearance experience of Quantum Break from Game Pass, and also gave a little bit of hope for those who might be disappointed about the development itself. In a recent interview with the website Xbox Dynasty, Microsoft shared that the game's removal simply due to licensing issues, which is what I said, by the way. However, it's not all bad news, and Microsoft has offered a ray of hope for fans of the sci-fi action-adventure, a game that grants players the ability to control time. In an interview with Xbox Dynasty, it was revealed that the team is working to bring Quantum Break back to Game Pass as soon as possible. Whether it's a matter of missing or expired licenses, the negotiations are already underway, though there have apparently not been any agreements reached as of this date. What with whom or for who these licenses is needed is unclear, but a good point of view would be to say, hey, the music, because there's a lot of licensed music in it. Many people may remember that another Remedy Entertainment game, the original Alan Wake, also experienced licensing issues over its music and was subsequently removed from physical and digital storefronts in 2017. Quantum Break and Alan Wake share a composer and both contain licensed music, so that offers the most likely explanation. Now, Quantum Break came out in 2016 as an Xbox console exclusive. It was prominently highly reviewed by critics, though it received less praise from players, but the game certainly had its dedicated fan base, and many see it as a thematic precursor to Remedy's Control, which was released 3 years later to nearly universal acclaim. Currently, the studio is working on sequels to Alan Wake and Control, but Sean Ashmore, the actor who plays protagonist Jack Joyce in Quantum Break, has expressed an interest in specifically reprising his role if Remedy ever considers a follow-up, although, again, it's probably like different issues there because Remedy is one of those things that realistically they can't, it's not really up to them since they don't own the IP. Now, the difference between Alan Wake and Quantum Break is Remedy always owned the Alan Wake IP while Microsoft owned the publishing rights for 3 Alan Wake games, and they ended up giving those publishing rights back, whereas with Quantum Break, Microsoft completely owns the IP and Remedy was just the third party or second party team to actually make that game. So yeah, we do see these differences and different types of instances where things aren't always as bad as they seem. Like people were really trying to shred Microsoft over this, and it's like they forget one way that I got people to kind of shut up about it is because you could just point to a PlayStation game. Look at Drive Club, right? That game got pulled from store shelves and pulled off of PlayStation due to the licenses. Like car games are particularly susceptible to this because they license out the cars themselves, they license out the parts. If there's music, anytime you have music in a game, licensed music, it's a real issue, to say the least. So that's always going to be a problem, and so it just made sense that was going to be the problem with this. And Microsoft obviously has deep pockets. Now, usually what happens is to some lesser games is quite the fact that, to be quite honest with you, those games are, like Quantum Break came out in 2016, so 7 years ago, and a lesser company maybe wouldn't bother to sort of renew or get new contracts for a game that probably isn't being played that much right now. So I'm just kind of being honest with it. That's just kind of the facts. A lot of times it's not worth it, if these games aren't generating a big chunk of revenue anymore. So yeah, that's probably kind of what's happening, but Microsoft realizes people will jump on them and hate on them, and that's what will happen. So glad to see they addressed it, glad to see that they're fixing it. Let me know what you all think. Sound off, rate, come subscribe, slap the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.